Dan here. I'm tired. Edie's Beach Shop, man, she's a beauty out here today. Just got off work, so we were getting much done tonight, but we got this thing outside, and so we took a little bit of flack about the paint job and whatnot. But ultimately, I think everyone loved it. It was pretty much perfect in the end, but
well, once we put on Facebook the comparison between this and the movie car.
Oh, people lost their mind about what I was doing with the paint. I get it, whatever. It was what it was. So I put this thing, oh, something must have rubbed against this. I put this thing up for sale for a couple days and immediately lost interest on the people of the internet. So as per usual, my mistake. I always hope for the best. I try and be a good Facebook purchaser in exchange for hopefully getting, you know, decent as a seller. But that was not the case. A couple people are, you know, yanking my chain on and stuff. So I put it up for $6,500 and US. And it was a disaster. Everyone's trying to offer me nothing for it and this and that. And ultimately, you know what? I hate being that guy, but I know what I got. And, you know, I get it. It's beat up and this and that. But it's a 55 Chevrolet, two-door post, legit. It's got a VIN, clear title. It's worth something to me. And I'm not giving it away. So I clearly parked them the way I get to look at them. So every day when I come from work, this is what I get to see. Look out the kitchen window, this is what I get to see. And that to me is worth $6,500 all day long. Well, it's worth whatever someone offered me for it. But, you know, be a good Facebook buyer. Don't waste someone's time. I actually had a guy, well, 2 or 3 guys say, oh, I'm going to be here this time. They don't show up, send me a message. Oh, I couldn't make it, but how about I come some other time? I just said, no, thank you. People were pissed. Like, what do you mean, no, thank you? No, thank you. We had a time. I stayed home. I came back from work. I didn't do whatever. You wasted my time. I'm not. It's over. Sorry. Too bad. So sad. But, yeah. So it'll probably sit there or there here shortly. We got some room. So I do love, now you see these two cars together, this car is getting that paint job because I love the darker color. I don't know if I like the runs so much. I think we went a little excessive with that, but I like this, like just like a light, whatever it was called. And actually people said dish soap. Maybe we can try some dish soap on it too. We're gonna darken this one up. So the plan is this thing here, the motor's gonna get pulled out of it shortly in the next maybe week or so, and I'm gonna bring it back to Manitoba. So John, that's his motor, which well, it's his motor, I just paid for it. But we're gonna put a roller cam in it, and hopefully I'll change kind of the dynamics of it. This thing is awesome, but it starts making power at like 3,500 RPM to 7,000. So you really gotta be doing something illegal to be enjoying it versus something maybe the power will come in, well, it's gonna be coming in a little earlier. So we're gonna do that, might change the gear ratio, and then we can play with the torque converter. But this thing will be legit. Like, it made 650 horsepower on the dyno, so it should be about the same. With this different cam, kind of power will come in different. We're gonna dyno it with the tunnel ram on it and all those things, so it should be kind of cool. Now,
are we gonna see the dyno happening?
I'll probably film it. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I might as well. I don't know. I'm gonna dyno that small block that's going to be in the Nomad, so I'll dyno that one. It all depends on how life works here. But I can dyno it. If I can get back in time and get it all set up and dyno it, that'd be kind of cool.
You got too many motors in and out. I don't know which is going where.
Well, I want to spend a few bucks. I want to have some the keeper cars, the blue Nomad, this one. You know, I'm spending a few bucks, right? So we might as well enjoy it. Now, I've done these videos before, kind of differentiating these units. So this car here, it was the first car I built on the channel. It's got a lot of sentimental value to it. And ultimately, this car is a prime example of way more money spent on a car than it's ever going to be worth in a million years.
Well, someone who came and looked at that one
wanted to buy this one. Yeah, but it's a 4-door. And it's a 4-door. No matter how you cut it, I mean, that's what it is. This is a 4-door that I've chopped into a 2-door because at the time, that's all I could afford. And I will say, for the money I had into this one by the time it was a 2-door, I should have just found this car. You know what I mean? But such is life. So this one here started off as a car just like this, a 55 Chevrolet 4-door Bel Air, and then I backdated it into a two-door 150 base model, and that's what we ended up with. And that's exactly what that car actually is. It's a base model. So this is a lot of screwing around to get this car done, and I did really enjoy it. And then here we are at the swap meet. I picked this junk up. So this is all you got to do, is you buy a set of two-door doors, and actually I ended up with some quarters, and they're a little rough, I'm not gonna lie. So when I did that one, it came with a two-door that's like chopped up, and then when I did something else, that 56, I bought doors and quarters off a car that were in decent shape for $1,000 Canadian, and then this is by far the roughest stuff, and I paid $1,300. So the prices be going up, but that's kind of where I'm at now, where, you know what, if this thing isn't worth $6,000 today, give it a year. Because I tell you what, the cheapest a car is ever going to be is right now today. I mean, anything can happen, I guess, but in my experience, that's the way it goes. So if I was going to do this again, that's the perfect car for it, as far as I'm concerned. It's beat up, it's ratty, it's all those sort of things. But I also understand people come to look at it. It's a 55 Chevrolet. There's not a whole lot of them. Well, I guess they're everywhere, but they're expensive. And you know, people don't want to pay. I think it's a $3,000 car, $2,500 car, or something like that, which in my mind, a floor pan, which I put in many, is kind of a $1,500 touch plus the labor. So I don't know, if you had to pay a guy a few grand, so there you go.
So between the two of these then, like, because this one is two cars put together, this one is also, I guess, almost two cars put together. Which one was more difficult to do?
Well, this one, because I did it proper. This one I just put together, it's yard art, or it's a good base for someone to get into, right? This is a nice driver, and that's, people like this one. And the problem is, so this car, I'll give you a price breakdown of this thing. Now, I've had this thing for probably 5 years, and we'll talk Canadian dollars, because that's what I spent, so then you could probably take off 20 or 30%, I guess, would be what would be in American dollars. But I paid $3,500, and that got me the four-door, just like this, which I will say I paid $4,500 for this car 5 years later, so that just gives you an idea. And it was in black primer. I don't think there's a motor transmission, I don't really remember. And it came with a two-door car, just like that one, but it was rotten. Frame was rotten, it was rotten up, it was in a lot of places. Anything's fixable, but not really worth it. And it came with a four-door that the guy had sectioned, so it had all sorts of bits and pieces. Actually, the fenders on that car were the parts car fenders from this one. All those years I've had those for 5 years in the basement, brought them from Manitoba. They ended up on there, but I didn't have an extra hood. So anyways, we're into it for $3,500. I then screwed around a bunch. I found a flip front end for $400, which was amazing. Rebuilt the front end, brakes, all that sort of stuff. And you know, miscellaneous. I probably had it on the road, I'm gonna say, with a cheap $1,000 RV kind of big block, a turbo 400, stock rear end, I don't know, $8,000 say. And it was cool, but it didn't have the big tires on it, and it was slow. I mean, it wasn't fast. It was a stock big block with a tunnel ram on it, just like idled like a truck. It was very boring. And then I had a motor built for it, which is now actually going to be in the Monte Carlo. But then I spent, I don't know what the motor ended up costing me in the end. By the time I put all the tunnel ram and all that, the carburetors and the headers, it was probably $12,000. The transmission was built, high stall. That was probably, you know, a couple of grand. The gear bender, I think that was $3,500 maybe. And then it's got this one has, I don't know if it has a Speedway rear end or if it has a Performance World rear end. Performance World. And that was probably $3,500. What does that have to be, like 20 grand in the driveline? Plus the car. So this is a $30,000, let's say it's 30 grand, 25, 30 grand. And it's a four-door junk primer, plain Jane. Oh, I had to weld full floors in this thing. I forgot about all that work I did. Like, it's junk. And it's 30 grand.
Well, and no one's going to pay that.
No. That's what nobody would pay that. They'd be an idiot to. If this wasn't my car and I was like, oh, this thing's pretty cool, and someone's like, oh yeah, I want $35,000 for it, I'd have trouble not laughing in their face. Like, and I built this thing on the cheap, in deals, lie, cheat, steal, any way I could to get it on the road because I couldn't afford it. And here you go. Then meanwhile, this one I think it was 4,500 bucks. I paid $500 for the motor and transmission. And I think I had every single other thing for it. It already had disc brakes on it. It already had, the rear end was swapped. I might have put the trunk patches in on this one.
Well, we did the trunk patch, and then we did the
It was a few $100.
like flange between the trunk.
I did that. I bought a carpet kit for it. Right, and that was it.
Yeah.
I put a shifter in it, put a heater in it, set of gauges. Like this one, $5,000. And it's running and driving. That's the problem between these damn cars, is that this one is $5,000 running and driving. Everyone gives you a thumbs up. People love it. And for $1,300 more, it could be a two-door if you wanted to, I guess. And that's the sad reality. So that right there, this is a nice car. I'm gonna do it for $5,000. I can screw around a bunch, turn it into a two-door for $6,500, let's say. And that's all I want for this one. And it's a real two-door. So, I mean, I don't know. People are people, I get it. You know, people want to make it run and drive and this and that. Where's the interior? All these things. Oh, come on.
Well, as soon as that happens, as soon as you put in an interior, a motor, all the other bits and pieces, it's no longer a $10,000 car.
But it's not worth anymore. That's the problem. Cars are stupid. Junk is cheap or is expensive right now. Mediocre stuff is kind of fair priced. And if you want a 55 Chevrolet, go buy a nice one. Because for $35,000, you can buy a nice 55 Chevy. That's not this pile of junk. Lesson learned. I nickel and dime myself for 5 years into this thing. I should have just gone and bought one. But then I couldn't sucker you idiots into watching, I mean, loyal viewers into watching all the ads for Danielle and selling merch that she can't quite get yet. There you have it. This thing is going to sit for now. I don't think I'm going to do a whole heck of a lot with it. I might wait a little bit. It's still early. The weather's so nice here. I guess maybe it's not quite spring, but this might go up just for trade is what I think I might end up, because realistically, I don't blame. I wouldn't pay a whole lot of money for this thing if I was someone else, but maybe someone's got something in trade. They have the exact same style, car, whatever it is, in a, I don't know, Chevelle, something else that they want to trade. Maybe I'll just do that.
Well, that brings actually a good question, because you did have a few people say, well, would you trade for this? Would you trade for this? Would you trade for this? But they needed to trade you like 3 cars.
Well, yeah, but people wanted to trade me for like their 1998 Dodge Dakota, which was zero interest to me, and like a snowmobile that doesn't run and all that sort of stuff.
If you're offering trades, you got to know your audience a little bit.
Yeah, the problem is, that's the problem with trades, though. I might say yes. I don't know what it is, and that all depends on the day. Lately, I'm thinking I want a newer Corvette just to beat on.
What?
Exactly. Like last week, I was looking at like 2001 Corvettes.
Sorry, those are not New Balances.
I know. Well, maybe I'll get into it, right? And then I thought to myself, where we are here, you're allowed to drive a side-by-side in town. So I thought, well, maybe I want a side-by-side, but I don't want to go buy one, so maybe this is a side-by-side. I've got all... It depends on the day, man. Yesterday, I was trying to haggle a deal on that Triumph Mayflower.
And what made it fall apart? Tell the people that.
The guy wouldn't meet me halfway on the drive.
By half an hour.
Half an hour, he wouldn't drive, and I gave up.
And he's been trying to sell it for...
a few months.
Like, yeah. And
first, I offered him a very insulting offer. Then he came back, and we met on a price. And then I said, meet me halfway, because it was 4 hours away from home. And I said, I'll meet you at 2. And he wanted to do an hour and a half for him and 2.5 for me. And I said, I just didn't want to do it. And we let the deal fall apart. I was like, whatever. I'll deal with it later. Or, who knows, next time someone's driving through, or... whatever. It is what it is. But there you have it. If you want yourself a 55 Chevrolet, and we got the 55 Chevrolet Nomad in the garage if you really want to waste a bunch of money. All the money. I really don't need another 55 Chevrolet. I really wanted to go to a new home. I was hoping, honestly, and of the people that came up, I also got the vibe they were like, not flippers, but definitely people that are in it for the money. If like an 18-year-old kid came up and was like in love with it and paid me in quarters, I'd take a bath on this thing, just so it was kind of that. But it was not. It was not that situation. So anyways, such as that. But I feel like I proved that. I sold that one car for $1 and to Jackson and stuff like that. So I do want the next generation to win, and that just was not the case.
Jackson, he's won a few awards with that Biscayne.
Yeah, I thought he was racing and stuff like that the other day.
Car shows and stuff.
Yeah, he was giving her. But anyway, there you have it.
Lucky
So
Jack Racing on YouTube.
yeah. So this one's going to go back in the, the display area. This one I've been actually driving a fair bit. It's almost time to switch the The tires, man, everyone loses their mind that I've been driving with steel wheels on it. It was winter tires. Put the Kragers on in the winter. Even I thought that was dumb, but the internet looks better with Kragers. In what world do you not put steel wheels on with winter tires? That's just what you do. These Southerners, Mississippians, they don't understand how it is up here in the Great White North. But anyway, 55 Chevrolets, make your pick. Buy one, get out there. They're not getting any cheaper, I promise you that. This, I don't even remember what I paid for it, but it was like a bit of a deal, but then I had to do all that welding. I had to put a whole front clip on it. Like, I don't know. I probably got $5,000 in this thing. And it's junk. Oh yeah, we sold that 57 too, All right, well, I want to get some ice cream and then go to bed early, but thank you very much for watching. Make sure you check out the shirts you can't buy, songs you can't listen to on Danielle's website. We'll see you on the next one.
Hey, there are plenty of songs out there that they can listen to.
Oh yeah, go to the playlist on... Exactly. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.